Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Zebron Ernest, a teacher at Alimuntazili Islamic Seminary Girls Wing. Today, I'll be taking you through revision paper number 1, which is all about shapes and geometric reasoning. So question number 1, here is a diagram using the points A to G. So you are given the diagram with points A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now the question is, put a ring. You're supposed to put a ring around the best label. So this is all about labeling an angle. So when you are labeling an angle, you must use 3 letters. So we say angle. An angle is labeled by using 3 letters. So you use 3 letters to label an angle. For example, A, B, C. So when you say A, B, C, you are talking about this angle here. You are talking about the middle letter, which is letter B. So now put a ring around the best label for the shaded angle. This is the angle which is shaded. Now, how do we label this angle? We don't say A. We never say A. We use 3 letters. If you use 1 letter or 2 letters to label an angle, then you are slashing your marks away. So we use 3 letters to label the given angle. So the shaded angle, the correct label for the shaded angle will be either BAE, so you say BAE, or you say EAB, EAB. And you put this symbol here, an inverted V, to mean that you are talking about the middle letter, and this symbol you see there means angle. Or you can use this symbol like this, and then you go ahead writing BAE, or this is BAE or EAB, angle EAB. Okay, now let me see, in this choice, do we have any of these 2? So do we have BAE, BAF, G, there is no BAE. So BAE is not there, EAB is there. So EAB is this one here. So you put a ring around that. If you put a ring around here, that's angle A, this is incorrect because we use 3 letters to label an angle. What is the name of the polygon ABCDEF? Let me try to capture that shape ABCDE. So the shape they're talking about, let me try to shade it. AB, so we have A here, we have B there. And we have C, so we have A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E. So we have that shape A, B, C, D, E. That's the shape they're talking about. Now, the shape A, B, C, D, E, you count the number of sides. How many sides are there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any shape with 5 sides is known as a pentagon. So the shape here, ABCD, is known as a pentagon. So go ahead writing here, pentagon. Or you can simply keep it over here. It looks nice. So what is the name of the polygon ABCDE? So the name is a pentagon. Next question. So this, you can do numbering. You can help me do numbering, but this is question number 1. And then question number 2 is this one here. Okay, now this question says, the diagram shows a shaded triangle. So you are given a shaded triangle and also a shaded square. So the triangle you see here, which is shaded, is the shape we see here, which is shaded, is a triangle, and this shape here, which you see over here, is a square. Okay, so you know the properties of equilateral triangle, that when it comes to equilateral triangle, all angles are equal, and we have 3 angles in this triangle. So all these angles will be adding to 180 degrees. So if I want to find each angle equals to how much, that means I have to divide by 3 to find each angle will be equal to how much. So 180 divided by 3, this will be 60 degrees. So it means that this angle over here will be 60 degrees, and this angle here will be 60 degrees. Even that angle there will be 60 degrees. Okay, how about a square? A square, as you can see, that each angle in a square is 90 degrees. How did I know? You can see a small square inside a square. So each angle in a square measures 90 degrees. So this angle here is 90 degrees. This angle here is 90 degrees. This angle here is 90 degrees. And that angle there is 90 degrees. Okay. All right, so what is the question? The question is, work out angle X. We are supposed to find this angle X here. Now, how do we find this angle X? What I'm gonna do is that you can see that this angle X is on a straight line. Can you see that straight line? All angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So what I'm gonna do there is take X plus 90 degrees plus 70 degrees, that should be equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason? The reason is that when you add angles on a straight line, the answer should always be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so when you take X plus 90 plus 70, because you are adding angles on a straight line, the answer should be equal to 180 degrees. Now go ahead working out this. This will be X plus 90 plus 7. This will be 160 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Now how to find the value of X? This will be 180 degrees. You minus with the 160 degrees. So X will be equal to 20 degrees. So X will be equal to 20. And there's a degree there. So there's no point of putting another degree. Okay, so I hope that helps. Work out angle Y. So we are supposed to work out angle Y. Angle Y is somewhere here. Before we think of angle Y, we wanted to think about this shape. Can you see that there is a triangle here? Can you see that there is a triangle here? Can you see that? That is a triangle. So in a triangle, angles inside a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I have to find the value of this angle first. I have to find the value of this angle first. Now that angle is inside a triangle, and you can see it. I'm trying to highlight the triangle which I'm talking about. So we have to find this missing angle, because this angle is inside a triangle. So how do I do that? I'm gonna take 180 degrees, because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Then I have to subtract 70. Then again, I have to subtract 35 degrees, so that I can come to know this missing angle here is equal to how much? So 180 minus 70, this makes 110. 110 minus 35, that will give you somewhere around, that is 5, then 10 minus 3, that would be 75 degrees. Finish that. So here is 75 degrees. Now with this 75 degrees, then I can find the value of angle Y. Now, how do we find the value of angle Y? Let me try to delete these writings, because there are so much writings on it, so that I can show you clearly how I will work out the value of angle Y, okay? So remember what we said. We have agreed that This angle here is 60 degrees, if you remember, and this one is 60 degrees, and this one is 60 degrees, okay? This angle here is 90, if you remember, and this angle here is 90 degrees. This is also 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. Now, the point is, this angle here is 75 degrees, if you remember. Now, to find the value of y, what I'm going to do is start from this point here. When I take this angle y plus 90 plus 75 plus 60, that should be equal to that will be equal to 360 degrees. Why? Because you are forming a circle around this point. And we say, when you add angles around a point, when you add angles around a point, the answer is always equal to 360. So go ahead writing y. So this is y plus 60 plus 75 degrees plus 90 degrees. The answer should be equal to 360 degrees. The reason, angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. Okay, so y plus 60 plus 75 plus 90, that equals to 360 degrees. If they ask you, what is the reason? So the reason here, we say angles at a point. Angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. Or we say angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. So that is the reason. So go ahead and collecting like terms. If you collect like terms, here will be y plus 60 plus 75. This will be 135 degrees. Again, I have to add 90 degrees. That will be equal to 360 degrees. Keep going. Y plus 135 plus 90. This would be 5 there. This would be 12. Carry 1. This would be 2. So that will be 5, 12, 2. That will be 2 to 5 degrees equals to 360 degrees. So to find the value of y, this will be equal to 360 degrees. You minus with 2 to 5 degrees. And when you subtract that, you'll be ending getting, this is 5, this is 5, this is 3, and this is 135 degrees. So this is the value of y. And you can try helping me checking. This is 10, this is 5, carry 1, that is 6, 360. So y is 135. So go ahead writing y is 135 degrees. So you write here 135 degrees. This is your answer. All right, so far so good. Let us try to proceed. And I don't want to make this video long. This video will be short. Okay, the next slide has these questions here. And we have this question here. This question says, the diagram shows a pentagon. You can see that this shape is a pentagon. How many sides are there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, and hence a pentagon. Okay. Now, what is the question? Measure accurately the size of the reflex angle. Oh, we are supposed to measure the size of the reflex angle, A, B, C, and it has been shaded for you. This is the angle which we want to measure. And this angle is said to be reflex. And when we say reflex, is an angle which is bigger than reflex angle. Reflex angle is bigger than 180 degrees. That is reflex angle. Okay. So we say something which is bigger than 180 degrees is a reflex angle. So we are supposed to measure this angle, which is shaded. So what we're gonna do is to just simply take a protector. Now with this protector, what I'm gonna do is simply, I'm gonna measure this angle here. Let me try to show you. There's a trick on this question. So I'm gonna measure this angle here. Once I measure this angle, and perhaps I get like is 120. So once I get this angle is, say, for example, is 120, then to get the angle required, which is this angle here, which is reflex angle, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take 360 minus 120 degrees, and I'll be getting something around 240 degrees. So this angle is 240 degrees. So the best idea here, what you're supposed to do is take a protector and measure this angle here. Take a protector and measure this angle here. Okay, so I'm gonna measure this angle. And then once I get to know this angle is how much, then I'm going to subtract from 360 degrees so that I can get the angle required. Okay, so take this protector, try to set it in a way that, so this is the protector, so set it this way. Okay, all right, so set it like this. Okay, I hope you can see my protector. I want this line here. I want this line here to read 0. I want this line here to read 0 on a protector. I want this line to read 0 degree. Or let me try to set for you so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So, so you take this protector, put the center on B, and then turn around your protector so that this line here should be 0. Can you see that? This line here is 0 degree. It is reading 0 degree and 180, but we don't read 180. We read an angle from 0. I hope that is clear. So let me adjust like that. Okay. So there we go. So now I'll be coming to read from here. This is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So you keep reading until you reach this line here. So this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Can you see this is 120, but that is not exact. This is 120, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that is 125 degrees. Okay. So according to my protector, I got 125 degrees. So you see that? Now this 125 degrees will be subtracted from 360 so that I can get this other portion. So this portion here, we have read from the protector, we found that it is 125 degrees, but they don't need that. They need a reflex angle, and they have shaded for you. So you subtract here, you'll be getting, that is 5, this will be 3, and this will be 2. So 235, let me check quickly, that's 10, 5, 6, so the answer will be 235. So here you write 235 degrees. So you are done. Okay, so this is how you are supposed to do. So this angle down here is 235, and that is the answer. Okay. The next question is measure accurately the length. Now, to measure the length, I said that to measure an angle, we need a protector, but to measure the length, we need a ruler. So go ahead, taking a ruler, and then measure the length of side AE, and your answer should be in millimeters. So AE, so from A to E, we need to measure using a ruler. So I'll be using my, this is the ruler for demonstration purpose. This is the ruler. I don't mean to say that this ruler and your ruler are the same. They may be different, okay? So this ruler is for my demonstration purpose. So the length supposed to be measured is AE. So put 0 of the ruler on A and turn around your ruler until it fits the line AE. So can you see that? So this ruler can be different from your ruler, but I'm trying to use this ruler for demonstration. So go ahead using your own ruler. So according to my ruler, I can see that it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 8, 9. So this is between 8 and 9. So this will be 8.1, 2, 3, 4. So according to my ruler, it's 8.4. 8.4 centimeter, because the ruler is calibrated in centimeters. The ruler is calibrated in centimeters, but then here they need millimeters. So you need to change according to King Henry Daughter, which says that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. How about 8.4 centimeters? So you have to change that, cross multiply. So when you take 8.4 multiplied by 10, this will be equal to 84. So the answer will be 84 millimeters. Right, so you can pause this video and you start taking the notes and write these notes on your worksheet. Right, so the next question, this was question number, I don't remember actually, but you can do numbering. So there we go. The next question is this, the next question says that the diagrams you see here, the diagrams you see there, basically, okay. All right, so there we go. The diagrams you see here show 4 sets of parallel lines and 4 transversals. A transversal is any line that cross 2 parallel lines. So we have transversal number 1, transversal number 2, transversal number 3, transversal number 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 transversals. So the diagram shows 4 sets of parallel lines and 4 transversals. One of the diagrams has an angle labeled incorrectly. Okay, so there is one angle which is labeled incorrectly. So we need to put a cross in the box of the diagram with an incorrect angle. So let us try to find which angle is labeled incorrectly. Let me start with the first diagram. I can see 110 here, and I can see 110 there. But if I look closely, I can see something which we call letter F. And for letter F, we say 110. If this angle is 110, this angle is also 110. So this angle is correct. I mean, this labeling is done correctly. And I can see 70 degrees here, and I can also see 7 degrees here. But if I check closely, I can see something like Z. Can you see that? And for Z, if this is 70, also that will be 70. So this is done correctly. How about this one here? This one here, I can see 70 degrees here. I can see 70 degrees here. Now, if this is 70 degrees, then can you see again that there is something like an F? Can you see that? This is an F. Can you see that? So if that is an F, we look for corresponding angles. So if this is 70, even this angle is 70 degrees. Okay. Yeah. So if this angle is 70, even this angle should be 70. Now in that case, if this angle is 70, even up here must be equal to 70. I guess this diagram is where we are supposed to put a cross in a box, because that diagram has an incorrect angle. So this is where we put a cross. Let me check this angle. I mean, this labeling here, we can see 110 here, but 110 there. So if I check closely, I can see something like an upside down F. Can you see that? This is an upside down F. So with an upside down F, if this is 110, even this should be an 110. So if this is 110, can you see that total is 180 degrees? Total is 180 degrees. Because you are adding 110 plus 70, that will be equal to 110. So this diagram is done correct. So it is only this diagram which is incorrectly labeled. So go ahead putting a cross in that box there. Okay, the next question here is, all right, so we have this question here. This question is talking about a shape, the shape which is made by joining two rectangles. Oh, there are two rectangles here. Okay, so we have two rectangles. How can we know them? So what do we do? This is known as a compound shape. This compound shape is made up of two rectangles. So let me try to shade these two rectangles so that we can move together. The two rectangles which they're talking about is the first rectangle is, let me shade them. So this is your first rectangle. And then I'm gonna go ahead labeling or shading another rectangle. Another rectangle will be down somewhere here. Another rectangle will be down here. Can you see that? Okay, so we have two rectangles, is how they are saying. So we have two rectangles. Okay, these are the rectangles which they are talking about. Now, what is the question? The question is, the shape is made up by joining two rectangles. We have these two rectangles joined together. Now the question is, find the perimeter of the shape. Oh, wow. Perimeter is adding all sides. So here you write, perimeter is nothing but adding all sides. So for perimeter, we have nothing to worry. If the question is asking for perimeter, simply go ahead adding all the sides. And the sides are, if we start from here, the sides are 14 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus this side, which I don't know, plus also this side, which I don't know, but plus 4 centimeters, and then plus 11 centimeters. But this side, we can try to figure out these two sides. Let me start with this side here. So this side, what you do, take 14 minus 4. 14 minus 4, that will be equal to 10, meaning that from here to here is 10, even from here to here is 4. So 10 plus 4 is making 14. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now, I have already got that this side here, this piece here is 10 centimeters. Okay. Now this piece here, this piece from here to here, you take 11 minus 6. So this piece here will be equal to 5 centimeters, meaning 5 plus 6 equals to 11. Can you see that? Now, I have got all the side lengths. So now I can figure out the perimeter. So this we have figured out is 10 centimeters, and this we have figured out is 5 centimeters. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead adding all the sides. So the sides I'll be adding will be 14 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus 10 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 11 centimeters. Let me check correctly. 14 plus 6, plus 10, plus 5, plus 4, plus 11. Now this calculation should be happening here. Oops. Anyway, this calculation is supposed to be happening here. That you have 14 centimeter plus 6 plus 10 plus 5 plus 4 plus 11. How many numbers do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when you add all those, let me try to check. 14 plus 6, that is 20, plus 10, that is 30, plus 5, 35, 39, 39, plus 11, that will be 10, that will be 50. So the answer will be 50 centimeters. But you can help me adding this and then see if we're going to get the same answer. But let me check again. This 11 plus 4 is 15, that is 20, 30, that is 20. So that will be 50. So I guess I'm correct there. Find the area. Okay, now the area is different. The area is something else. For the case of the area, we need to cut this shape into the two rectangles, as you can see here. Now, the first rectangle, which is yellow in color, I'm going to label it as A. And the second rectangle, which is blue in color, I'm going to go ahead labeling it as B. So what I'm going to do is go ahead finding the area A. Area A is this yellow color, which will be the length. The length is from here. The length of the yellow color is from here to this point. And do you remember that we say it is 10? And the width is from here to here. So area A will be, equal to 10 centimeters multiplied by 6 centimeters. This gives you 60 centimeters square. But that is not final. This is area A, so which will be 10 times 6. Now you go ahead again finding area B, which is this blue color. This will be, so go ahead writing area B here. Area B equals, area B, which is blue color, equals to the length times width. Length is 11 multiplied by width, which is 4. So 11 times 4. So 11 centimeters multiplied by 4 centimeters. This will be equal to 44 centimeters square. Now, is that final? The answer is no, this is not final. So the question is, work out the area of the shape. Which shape? This area here, which contains two rectangles. Can you see that area? So then you're gonna go ahead adding the two areas, which will be A plus B. This will be 60 plus 44. This will be 104. So here you go ahead writing 104 centimeters square. Okay, so simple as that. Okay. The next question here will be this question here. All right, so the question says, this shape is made of 5 identical squares with side length 3 centimeters. Okay, so again, this is a compound shape which is made up of 5 identical squares with side length 3 centimeters. Okay, now let us see the question. What about the perimeter? Same concept. Remember, this is formed by joining identical squares. Now, for square, we say a square has all sides equal. All sides equal. And what I mean here will be, if from here to here is 3, even here will be 3. Then this will be 3. 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 This will be also 3. This will be 3. That will be 3. This will be 3. And bam. So you get a shape like that. Work out the perimeter. Okay. The perimeter is nothing but to add all sides. Perimeter is add all sides. Simple. Now, how many sides are there? Let me start from here. 3 plus 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 3. So how many 3s are there? You can count them. So we have, I'm starting from here. I'm counting how many 3s are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 3s. So add all the sides. So I'm going to take 12 multiplied by 3 centimeters because there are 12 3s. So this will be equal to 12 times 3 that will be equal to 36. You can try to count how, as you go around the shape, you can try to count as you go around the shape, you are adding 3s. You are adding 3s all the way. So to cut the long story short, count how many 3s are there. If there are 12, multiplied by 3. So you can count. Let me check again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got it correct. There are 12 3s. Okay. So 12 times 3, 36 centimeter is your perimeter. The area of the shape. Oh, the area now is different. For the area, you need to cut this shape into known shapes. To find the area, this is known as a compound shape. But this compound shape is made by joining squares, 5 identical squares. So we need to find the area of this shape. So what we're going to do is to cut this shape into squares because they say there are 5 squares. So let us check if we have 5 squares here. So we have the first one will be located somewhere here. Okay, so I got the first square. And the second square will be here. That will be the second square. Okay, and the second square will be this one here, because I can't get the area of this shape unless I cut this shape into the known shapes, and they say there are 5 squares. So I want to prove to you that there are 5 squares. Can you see that? And the last one will be, let me use perhaps red. Let me use red color. So there we go. Okay, so we have, bam. So we have all these shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm gonna do, because to find the area of this compound shape, you need to find the area of each square. You need to find the area of each square. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, and we need to find the area of each square. Once we get area of each square, then we're gonna add all those areas. But to cut the long story short, I want to find the area of one square. Once I get area of 1 square, then I'm going to multiply by 5 because there are 5 squares, just to save time. So the area of the shape, we want to find the area of the shape, but I'm going to find the area of 1 square, then I multiply by 5. So right here, area of 1 square equals to, formula of area of a square is length times width. Some other people usually say side times side. So it's all correct. So area of 1 square equals to length times width, but in that case, it is 3 centimeter multiplied by 3 centimeter. This gives you 9 centimeters square. So this is the area of 1 square. Now, because there are 5 identical squares, so what I'm gonna do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So take area of 1 square multiplied by 5. So I'm gonna take, there are 5 identical squares. So 5 multiplied by 9 centimeters square. I'm gonna get 9 times 5 is 45 centimeters square. That is my answer. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Let me go to the next question. Complete the proof by filling in the missing reasons. Okay, let's start now. We have the lines AC, we have lines A, we have AC is a line, DE is also another line, and you can see that there is a symbol for parallel lines. Can you see this? This is a symbol which means parallel lines. So lines AC and DE are parallel. Lines AC and DE are parallel. Now, what is this done is that this is a straight line. This is a straight line. Okay, this is a straight line. So if that is a straight line, we have this statement here, statement number 1, that M plus B plus N equals to 180 degrees. Because, what is the reason there? So because angles on a straight line, add up to 180 degrees. So that is a reason. So go ahead writing this reason here. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Okay. The next, they say M equals A. Angle M equals to angle A. What is the reason? Can you see something like Z here? Can you see that? Now, anything that makes letter Z is known as a set of alternate angles. So M equals to A because angles A and because angles M and A are alternate angles. And alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles. So go ahead writing that simple reason. And here it says N equals C. N equals C. Let me check properly. N equals C. What is the reason? N equals C. Same story. Can you see something like that? And for letter Z, we look for alternate angles. Can you look that Z? Okay, so this is something like that, and that angle equals to that. So same reason. N equals 2 because angles N and C are alternate angles. So go ahead writing like that. Angles N and C are alternate, so you are done. So this is the conclusion that M plus B plus N equals to A plus B plus C, and this is the proof. This is the proof that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So this is the proof that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So we say that this is a proof. This is the proof of angle sum of a triangle. Angle sum of a triangle. Okay. But anyway, you don't have to write this, only give the reasons as how I have showed it there. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Let me see if I can do the next question. Because of time, I may stop here. But let me check if I have extra minute for me to do the next question. Oh yeah, let me do this question. This question for this video, it will be a concluding. I mean, it will be a concluding video. So two shapes A and B. We are given the two shapes here. Okay. Perhaps let me try to label them so that we can see them clearly. So two shapes A and B. We have shape A. We have shape A. Sorry. We have shape A, which is looking like this. See, that is shape A. Okay, so that's shape A. And we have shape B. Now shape B is looking like this. Let me try to change color. Okay, so there we go. So this shape B. Okay, so that is your shape B. Perhaps let me try to make it transparent. Also this, let us try to make it transparent like that. Okay. So can you see, I now have shape A, which is yellow in color. Okay, I now have shape A, which is yellow in color. And I now have shape B, which is blue in color. Okay, now what is the question? Work out the size of the four angles in shape A and write them in the correct places on the diagram. All right, so the two shapes A and B, okay, fit together to make a parallelogram. Oh, there's this sentence here. I don't know if you can be able to read it, but it is clearly stated on the worksheet that the two shapes A and B fit together to make a parallelogram. You know what it means? It means that when I take this shape, push it here. Okay, let me try to copy these shapes. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that shape and bring it down. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna take that shape. I'm gonna copy it here so that I can show you how they form a parallelogram. Okay, so this shape B. Okay, go back here. Take this shape A, copy that. Oh yeah, so there we go. Now they're saying these two shapes, when we combine them, they fit together to make a parallelogram. Can you see that? Can you see that? The two shapes over here, when you combine them, they form a parallelogram. Can you see that? Okay. So now for a parallelogram, we say that for a parallelogram, this angle here, if you remember, for a parallelogram, this angle here is equals to this angle here. They are equal. So now let me check. Let me check if we can use that concept. Okay. Write them. Okay, we are supposed to work out the sizes of the four angles in shape A. We are supposed to find, in shape A, because this is shape A, which is yellow in color. So we are supposed to find the size of this angle, the size of this angle, the size of this angle here, and the size of this angle there. So write them in the correct places on the diagram. So we are supposed to write them here. Now let me try to look at this angle because they fit together to make a parallelogram. So I expect that this angle should be equal to this angle. So this angle will be equal to 68 degrees. How did I know? Because in a parallelogram like this, we expect to have this angle equals to this angle. Now, this angle is 68 degrees. If this angle is 68 degrees, even that angle will be 68 degrees. Okay, let me go back to the question. Okay, now this is the question. So I already found that, so go ahead writing on your worksheet that this angle is 68. Now let me work out this angle here. This angle here. Now this angle and this angle, 146. If you combine these two diagrams like this, can you see that this angle is 146? And this angle, we need to find this angle. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you here because this is the diagram which is being combined. So this is 146. Can you see that I can get this angle? How? Because this now, when you combine these two shapes, I'm gonna get a straight line here. So when you take this angle plus 146, the answer should be equal to 108. So to get this angle, you just take 180 degrees, take away 146. When you subtract this, this will be somewhere around 7. That will be 34 degrees. So this angle will be 34 degrees. So now on the worksheet, you will be simply writing this angle here as your 34 degrees. Okay, I hope we're moving together. So write them in the correct places on the diagram. Okay, let me check this angle here. This angle here. Now this angle, let us go back to our combined shape. See what is happening here. This angle here plus the other angle down there. Can you see that they are making 360 degrees? Can you see? Because these are angles around their point. So that means to get this angle here, since this angle is 157, to get this angle, I'm gonna take 360 degrees. You minus with 157 degrees. When you minus that, you'll be ending getting 3. This will be 0. This will be 203. So go ahead writing on the worksheet that this angle is 203. See that? Now, finally, we are on the last angle here. Okay, now this angle, let me take you to the combined shape. And let me try to erase all the stuffs here so that now I can show you the relationship between this angle and this angle is that they are the same. How about this angle here? Perhaps let me try to draw the complete parallelogram so that I can avoid confusion. Okay, now there we go. We say that for a parallelogram, this angle here equals to this angle here. Likewise, this angle here equals to this angle here. They are equal. Can you see that? Now let me go back to the question. This is a question. If these two shapes, can you see them? The two shapes A and B fit together to make a parallelogram. So once we take this shape and this, we combine them, we're gonna have this angle, which is 112, this angle, which is 112. This 112 will be equal to these two angles when you combine them. What I mean to say is that this angle is 112. If you take these two shapes, combine them, you get a parallelogram. So 112 will be equal to 57 plus that angle. So this angle here, which is 112, will be equal to this 57 plus the missing angle, will be equal to 57 plus this missing angle, which you call it as x. So in short, how do you find the value of x? Take this 57, subtract from there. So take 112 minus 57. We'll be getting 5 there. We'll be getting 55 degrees. Can you see that? So this angle here is 55 degrees. So that when you take 55 degrees plus 57, the answer will be 112, which equals to this angle here. So work out the sizes of the 4 angles. The 4 angles are 55 degrees, 68, 200, 203, and lastly 34. These are 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the 4 angles, and you need to write them on this shape A. All right? So until next time, I may